Norma-Jean, it is such a pleasure to be able to meet with you and discuss your chapter in the book for the Imaginist, Fairytales, Fables, and Folklore. I kind of get them all twisted up half the time, but so how was this for you to be able to write a chapter, a fairy tale chapter for the Imaginist?
Well, I confess I had this chapter ready for about the last 20 years in various forms. And I was just waiting for the right opportunity. I did have to tweak it to make it shorter and much less descriptive. But I am hoping to, expand on the idea and use it for some future writing material. I had originally thought it would be a children's book series, but there's the child in all of us.
And
No matter how old you are, there's a part of you inside that's full of wonder and curiosity. And actually that was my hope for what the reader would get from reading my chapter is to go within, because nowadays people don't know who they are.
right.
There's so much social media and technology and friends and family and other influences. People don't take the time to hear their own thoughts and to get to know who they really are. And I mean, that's what life is all about.
It is, it truly is. So your chapter was called Journey to the Center.
Yes.
So let's talk about Journey to the Center. And you have a really cool quote. It says, "Ring the bells that can ring, that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in." So let's talk about this chapter and your cast of characters. It's fascinating.
Yes. Well, I based it on a journey going to the inside of a kaleidoscope. So when you're actually looking in a kaleidoscope and you're turning the wheel, everything changes. And so it's kind of like life, because everything changes every day. Even if you have a routine that you've done for years, there's going to be some element that comes in that's different that might surprise you. So, Journey to the Center is in the chapter story that I wrote, is visiting the inhabitants of a kaleidoscope and how they get ready for the visitor who's going to be coming within the kaleidoscope that day. And so I just wanted it to be fun and magical and a reminder to people. It's not necessarily about meditation, but there's been evidence for many years about the benefits of meditation on a daily basis, but people get afraid of that. They think they have to sit for 2 hours in silence, and that's not true.
And
You
my
can
mind
just
went,
yeah, you can do something in less than 5 minutes and still feel refreshed and still have some quiet time to get to know your own thoughts and to get grounded for the day and to set your intention for the day and just get to know who you are. I believe we all have an inner mythology, and that's part of our life and part of our identity and part of who we are, and why I think we're here to get to know ourselves,
absolutely.
living life on earth as we do. And so I just wanted this story to be a reminder to people that they can go within and find out who's inside. Who am I? Who am I really? So,
Especially the ever-changing part of the
yes,
kaleidoscope, because
yes,
our lives are ever-changing.
yeah, we do evolve and grow, and that's a good thing. People are sometimes afraid of change and they don't want to let go of the past because they might have liked who they were or what they were doing, but you need to grow. You need to evolve and let go of things that no longer serve you. And that's another reason for going within to decide, well, is this still really a priority in my life right now? Or have my priorities changed?
Right.
And you're not going to know that by talking to friends and family because they might think they know you, but they know you in a different way than you know yourself because nobody's ever going to see life from behind your eyes. And you're the only one who knows how you really feel. So you can't let other people take your power away and tell you how you feel or what's right or wrong for you because you're the only one who knows that to be the truth. And the only way to do that is to go inside and listen to your heart.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. And that is so true. So, in just a nutshell, when somebody picks up this book and opens to your chapter, what do you hope they walk away with?
A little magic and a little fun, and maybe it will motivate them to take a few moments to go inside and see if they can connect with their own inner wisdom and maybe start learning about what their own inner mythology is. I think it speaks to us in many ways. People have lots of nighttime dreams that might be um, their intuition speaking to them through symbolism. And so there are just as many ways to go learn about yourself as there are people on the planet. It's going to be different for everybody.
That's
That's
true.
actually why I use the quote at the end or the image at the end about the mirror, because kaleidoscopes are created with mirrors. And um, even if you're getting ready for your day and you're looking in the mirror at yourself, the mirror never changes, but everybody who looks into a mirror sees something different.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
that's the same with a kaleidoscope. So I just think it's magical and fun. And that's what I hope people take away.
Take away the magic. That's awesome. So what is it like, Norma-Jean, how do you set the ambiance for yourself when you sit down? I know you've edited a lot of the chapters in this book, but sitting down to write your own book, how do you set the right atmosphere for you to be able to let that imagination flow and put pen to paper and actually write something that will have an impact?
Well, I carry a notebook with me all the time, or even in the car. If I have a little aha flash of inspiration, I write it down right away. Um, you have to pay attention to those things because it is your intuition speaking to you, and intuition is extremely important for the creative process because that's how things flow through you. I think
Absolutely.
that's how we share everything um, with other people. So I, I read things aloud a lot. Once I've written something, I step away just to get a break, and then I will read it out loud
Mm,
because we all spend so much time at the computer and our eyes are exhausted. And when you read it out loud, your ears are hearing it, and you're actually using a different part of your brain, and you can hear if it makes sense or if it's flowing the way you want it to flow, if it makes sense. If things are out of order, you'll hear it. If you have a typo or you left out some words, you'll hear it instead of maybe not being able to see it since you've been at the computer for so long. So, every day is different, and I just try to pay attention to how I'm feeling in the moment. and then I will go from there. Um, Sometimes I just like to write and let it flow and not edit anything while it's happening. And then I'll step away for a day or two and then go back to it and see what's there, what I can keep and what I can discard. Um, and that's actually the hardest part about editing, what you can let go of.
Right.
What do I let go of that really isn't necessary to get a point across that I'm trying, the point I'm trying to get across to readers. So, yeah, you have to let go.
I totally agree. And that's one of the one of the things that I speak about all the time to my authors is before they go to an editor, they need to read their book aloud. And I always tell them, you're going to find so many things that don't need to be there. Maybe need to be changed. Maybe you're repeating yourself. There's any number of things that can be happening. But when we've written it and we're reading it off the screen, our brain says, I know what it says. So you kind of just skim through it. When you print it off and you actually read it aloud, there's something totally that changes, and that's where your ears hear and your mind's working in a different way because you're reading the words out loud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it just makes all the difference. And I always recommend it to the people that I work with. And some have never done that before, so it's a new experience and it really makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Wow. What a beautiful interview. And thank you for taking the time to do this. It's been a nice addition to the end of your chapter. And just to kind of our whole idea with this is just to really capture the essence of who this person is that's behind the chapter. So
Thank you so much, Becky. It's a real pleasure.
you're welcome. And thank you for your contribution and making this
Okay.
all happen.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye.